In this video, I'm gonna show you how to check and adjust your tire pressure. Doing this will save you money by giving you the best fuel economy and the most life out of your tires. And towards the end of the video, I'll share with you how you can check your tire pressure for free if you don't have an air compressor or a tire inflator. Let's get to it. Most cars will have a sticker with a recommended tire pressure inside the driver's side door. The exact location can vary. As you can see, the sticker is right here, and you can see where it says tires. 30 PSI cold, that's for the front, and the rear will be 35 PSI. It's also very important to pay attention to the units that you're using to check your tire pressure. I'm gonna use the PSI for this video. The recommended tire pressure is when the tires are cold, which just means before driving and out of direct sunlight. That's because air expands as it heats up, so it can throw off your reading. Now, if you've been driving and you need to check your tire pressure, whether your tire pressure light came on or it looks like you have a flat tire, all you have to do is add about 2 or 3 PSI to the recommended tire pressure. And then it's a good idea to recheck when your tires are cold again. I got my tire inflator on Amazon for like $25, so this is relatively cheap if you need one. So the way this one works is I have a DC plug. I'm gonna plug it into my car outlet. I do have to turn the ignition on. As you can see, the tire inflator came to life. You can see the units is set to PSI. If I want to change the units, I would just press the M. First, we're going to set the target PSI, which I'm going to check the rear tires first. And that's 35 recommended PSI. Now we're ready to check the tire pressure. Now, typically for these tire inflators, you do want to turn your car on, but for the sake of this video, so you can hear me, I'm going to just try to have the ignition on and see if it works. Now on the tire, you can see the tire valve. We're going to unscrew the cap. Now this is just a threaded piece that goes onto this. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. You want to make sure it's all the way on. And as you can see, we're at 34.5 PSI. So now we're just going to turn the tire pump on. And this actually has a really cool feature where it auto shuts off once it reaches the target PSI. This is the on button. We're going to take our cap, we're just going to screw it back on. Now we're going to move on to the front tire. The front tire called for 30 PSI when they're cold. Now as you can see here, we're at 31.5, sorry for the glare. So we actually need to deflate this tire at 32 now. So we need to deflate this tire by 2 PSI. So this is not an exact science, but what we're going to do is just unscrew this. My tire inflator doesn't have the ability to deflate tires, so this is why I have to do it manually, but it's super simple. I'm just going to take a set of keys. Something pointy will work. You see that there's a little pin right here. What we're going to do is just take the key and we're going to push it in. Once we let some air out, we're going to recheck. Now in our case, I did deflate a little bit too much, so we're set to 30 PSI and we're going to fill it the rest of the way. All you have to do is check the rest of the tires and you're good to go. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that if one of your tires' pressure is a lot lower than the rest of them, then you might have a puncture or something else going on. Now, as for how frequent you want to check, it really depends on your environment and your tires. I would recommend starting to check every 3 to 4 months. During seasonal temperature changes, you should check them more frequently. I would recommend maybe once a month. Here are some signs that you have improper tire pressure. If your tires are overinflated, the middle will wear out faster. If your tires are underinflated, the sides will wear out faster. If you have uneven wear, like just the side or just the inside of the tires wearing out quicker, then you probably have an alignment issue. Another good idea for tire wear is every time you do an oil change, rotate your tires. Now, as promised, if you don't have a tire inflator, you can just call around your local tire shops and some of them will do it for free. If you live in an area where you have a discount tire, not only will they check your tire pressure for free, but if you have a nail or puncture in your tire, as long as it's repairable, if it's not in the sidewall, they can fix the tire for free, which is a pretty sweet deal. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out my channel here, if you want to check out my next video, click here and I'll see you in the next one. Now, speaking of air compressors, if you ever wonder what it's like to go skydiving, this is what it looks like and feels like.